there's a match with what we do. I truly believe we're the best guide in the business. All right, everybody. Video number video number 2. I still don't know what I'm doing with any of this, but what's really exciting today is I got not only my brother, not only my triplet brother, someone I've spent a lot of life with, but the CEO, founder, everything, franchisefilming.net, the one and only Trevor Rapley. And so I'm super excited to have him on the podcast with this interview today. So without further ado, Trevor, say hi to everybody.
Yeah, Cameron, hey, thanks for having me on. I love that you are doing this. I love that you're getting video out there. I'm excited.
We are jumping in, trying to get some content out there, trying to let the world know who InterWest is, but also, most importantly, the real reason we exist is to help companies like yourself. So I wanted to get you on video. I want to know more about your company. The world wants to know more about it, where you guys are going, what makes you different. So let's start there. Trevor, if you can just give us a little quick background on what the company is, what you guys do, how you got to where you are today.
Yeah, so it's funny. I'm in my home office right now, but if you see, I'm not sure if the video can show it, but that sign right there, eventfilming.net, was our very first company name back when I was 15. I say that for a reason. I've been filming my entire life. I've never had another job ever. I've only ever filmed videos. From weddings to small business to big business and now to franchising. I own franchisefilming.com and .net. They all go to the same spot. And we help franchise brands create marketing content for franchise development, customer testimonials, and training videos. So those are the 3 verticals that we offer. And yeah, that's pretty much what we do. I film.
That's what it is in a nutshell. So how long have you guys been in business?
So it's such a funny question. I've been filming since I was 13. I mean, the official launch of franchise filming was back in 2020. But I've had corporatefilming.com, like I said, since like 2012. So, but we've really been going in franchising, and this is on our 4th year.
In the 4th year. Okay, so as you stepped into that franchise filming space, what would be your guys' as you feel your key to success? How have you guys been able to jump into that space so big in such a short period of time?
Yeah, and I was trying to look around for a book that I showed to my team last week. Cameron, there are 60,000 videographers out there, right? So our selling point can't be filming, right? It's the strategy, it's the process, it's the education, it's the execution, it's all of it. So you asked, I think you asked, what's been the one thing that's really got us going?
Yeah.
Right? Being very aware of the emotional benefits of what our company does. We
Sure.
save them time, we save them hassle, we save them budget. Make us 50 videos, Trevor, because we trust you and don't really bug me about it. Because we know their business so well.
What is your business? Is there tiers? Is there based on how many videos you want to do, where they are where they are in the country? Can you walk us through just a little bit, the structure of the business? How would we do business with you?
I actually read a book called Focus back in 2020 by Al Ries. It's a fantastic book. So if you are not in franchising, we unfortunately can no longer serve you. But if you are in franchising, we would love to see if we're a fit for what you're trying to do. Because Cameron, some people that come to us, we can't help them because there's no need, or what they need is something we can't back, and it isn't truly the right way to do it. So in terms of tiers, packages, it all depends on what they need. But I can tell you the most common thing that we book is the ability for franchisors to say, hey, I want filming, but I don't know where in the US I want to film.
Sure.
So they pre-book filming days. So the most common one, Cameron, is 5 days of filming. And with that, they get 5 marketing videos per day. So a total of 25. And these aren't TikTok, Cameron. These aren't social. These are engaging, converting videos for the website, email, and lead gen.
When you guys are filming these videos, what's the success for the franchise? Like, what are they, when these videos are created, what are they accomplishing at the end of those 25? What's the accomplishment at the end of those 25 videos that you see?
The biggest pain point that we solve in franchising is very behind. I'm sure you feel that way with insurance, banking.
Sure.
Everyone's 10 years behind on what truly moves the needle in marketing. And my team calls us the outside insider, right? So we were an outsider to franchising. Now we're an insider. So we're bringing that outside knowledge to the space.
Okay.
And no one's telling stories. I mean, Harvard says 95% of people buy based on how they feel, not based on logic. Yet every franchisor, every franchise team trying to sell a franchise, Cameron, there's no story. There's no validation. It's just check out this white paper, check out this blog post, and there's no social proof.
Yeah.
There's no story. So that's the biggest thing that we solve is we kind of wake up these franchise brands from Fast Signs, Neighborly, ADP. All we're doing is saying, let's tell better stories.
And what you guys have found is that these franchises have used white paper stats, right? If you buy my franchise, you're going to, make a little bit of money. But you're saying that's down the road. That's not the most important piece. And that's also why someone wouldn't be interested. They're interested in kind of those intangibles, the story, the feels of what it would be to be an owner. Okay, so you guys are capturing that story. Okay.
And Cameron, yeah, I was just on a podcast last week, and HubSpot says that the average person sees 10,000 ads a day, whether it's billboards, browser, phone, 10,000 ads a day. So if you're putting out ads that everyone else is putting out, how can you be above the noise? So what Story does, it just allows people to connect to the brand. So I love that you're doing this because it allows you to not send an email.
Right.
It allows, say, hey, check out this story of this person that we helped.
Right.
You don't got to listen to me, but listen to this guy.
Good segue. We've obviously been fortunate enough, to work with you and your growing company for a number of years. And I'm obviously biased. I'm your brother. But to be honest, if we've been held to a certain barometer, I know you haven't taken it easy on us, right? You expect, me and my team to be at a level and servicing, your account at the level you guys deserve. So if you could, it'd be tough, maybe. What were some of the things that frustrated you with insurance prior that Interwest has solved?
As most CEOs, we have no idea what we need. Like, we legally need things, but we don't really know what those things are, right?
Sure.
And we want to protect our team, but we don't know what level to protect them at or with, right?
Sure.
So what I really like about you and your team is that you're not afraid to follow up, because most founders and business owners, we are just all over the place all the time.
Right.
So having that follow up, and just, I love how you guys explain things to me. This is what you need. Right. But also, this is also the why behind it. What if you get hacked? What if your people lose an arm?
Sure.
How can your business be protected? So kind of the things that you guys solve was just the ability to give clarity to me as the business owner of what I need to safeguard the company that I built from nothing.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's great. So I think that's great, Trevor. I appreciate you saying that. I mean, we take a lot of pride in what we do. We obviously have different teams that work on different types of accounts, and yours is unique. It is growing fast. It has certain facets to it that require a little bit different type of insurances. And we understand if you've never bought the insurance, then it feels like it's expensive. And we understand that. And so really driving that clarity, the reason why at the end of the day, to protect this legacy that you've created is the number one goal of our team. And so you can't just flippantly spend insurance premium all over the place, but to be intentional with where you're spending it, why you're spending it, and what it's actually protecting is probably what we do best amongst the industry. So we appreciate you saying that.
And one more thing I can actually add, Cameron. Shout out Martha, Isaac, other people on your team, because there's a lot of last minute asks that we have.
Sure.
And they're able to answer the phone. They'll answer the phone at 5 p.m. They will email me back. They'll follow up. They even offer to talk to my team about this to make sure. So, little things like that. Just, sometimes we don't know the insurance asks that we need. So your team responds really, really fast and really well. And so I want to thank them for that too.
We appreciate that. Team, if you heard that, that's from the client's mouth, not from mine. So yes, thank you for all the work you guys do. It doesn't go unnoticed whatsoever. So Trevor, we're going to wrap this thing up a little bit. I know you have a very busy schedule. It seems like you're always on a plane at least every 3 days. So for franchisefilming.net, a lot of growth up until this point. What's on the docket in 2024? What are some of the things you're excited for moving ahead? Because I know you're always in growth mode.
One of my favorite things to do is to completely pivot every 18 months because the market is never the same. So being very aware of what leads and clients want and need.
Sure.
There's a reason why I got out of weddings. There's a reason why we got out of various things. There's a reason why we got it. There's a reason why, right? It's because the market's saying go this way, and I'm very aware of that. So lots of big things happening next year that we are outlining, and we're going to launch in January. So
Okay.
stay tuned.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, if you could give a few, let's do this in twofold because I feel like this could be, interesting to a couple different folks. From the insurance standpoint, what would be some tips that you feel you have found that for those that are watching this video, it doesn't mean they need to hire our firm, but in general, when they're looking for a broker to represent them, what would be a couple tips that an owner should look out for?
So the first tip we know when someone's looking for an insurance company to use is look at their response time.
Okay.
Because if they're not responding fast before they're a client, they're not going to suddenly respond fast when you are a client with them.
Right.
So the response time is super important. And the next thing I would have them look for, Cameron, is are they trying to educate me? Are they trying to have me learn before they sell to me?
Sure.
That'd be the biggest thing.
Okay. So that's the insurance side. Other side, few quick facts for someone that is maybe starting a business, maybe someone that is also looking to get into branding. Because I mean, that's what you've accomplished so far. Is I feel like you've not only built a successful company relatively fast, but you've also done it in the sense of growing awareness into branding, which has maybe fallen flat the last 10 or 15 years. So what would be a tip for those business owners out there that if they're looking to do a video, it might not be with you guys, you guys are up there in quality and price. What would be some tips if they're looking to get into some video?
Yeah, and I would say, just because you hit on that, price is relative, right?
Sure.
It's the strategy and the support behind this 60-second video, right? So if someone's looking for just a video and they want a random video with the free, that's not us. But if you want the strategy, the execution, the support. But the first thing that you asked, Cameron, is advice for a business owner, right? So any entrepreneur that wants to scale their business, you have to ask yourself one thing every single day that when you wake up. And that question is, do you want to have scale or do you want to have control? Because you can't have both. And that really woke me up, where if I really wanted to scale, I'm not going to know everything.
Right.
And what a cool thing to realize that. And the second thing is with marketing, Cameron, we aren't as memorable as we think we are as business owners and as salespeople. We are forgotten the second that they hang up the phone. So what can you do that gets you above the noise? There's this book called If You Want to Win a Dog Fight, Be a Cat. And the whole meaning is if a cat goes to a dog fight, all the dogs are going to look at the cat and the cat's here. You have to be memorable. You have to do things that stand out.
Interesting.
And you have to do things that make people think about you.
Interesting. I like how you said price is there's value to the price, right? So it's not always about the price. It's the value you're getting with that price. And I feel, with your company, and there's a match with what we do. I truly believe we're the best guide in the business, right? If you were going to hike Mount Everest and you wanted to get there safely and back without dying, you would probably not be looking for the cheapest guide on the mountain. At that point, price wouldn't matter because the whole thing is to get there and back alive. And so I feel like with Interwest, if you really want a plan in place for the insurance that will not waver in tough times, will be there to actually defend the business, then I believe our firm is at the top of that level. Kind of heard something the other day about hurricane infrastructure, a hurricane built building. You don't build a building in the midst of a hurricane, you build it way in advance. And you don't only just build it and
Yeah.
set it and forget it, you are building it and then testing it every year. If the soil's changing, if the weather's changing, you need to be adjusting it. So when and if that hurricane comes, the building will withstand it. And so I feel like, and this is
Love that.
probably the same with video, is people wait until they really need to do it. And by that time, it's possibly too late. And that's no different with insurance. You know, we'd rather work on companies that are not drowning in a whole bunch of claims, that don't have the pricing way out of whack. We'd like to work with you guys in advance and build the program to weather that storm for down the road. So I just wanted to highlight that. You know, everyone gets stuck on price, and it's not about price, it's about value. So I appreciate Trevor. Thank you for hopping on this video. You know, one quick thing. 2 things that people would remember you by, whether that's, you know, a fun fact. Everybody knows, you know, we're triplets, and so that's unique. Might be the only triplets in the country that do what we do. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
2 fun facts.
Yeah. First fun fact, I used to have a really bad speech impediment. I used to stutter really bad. Now I don't, unless I get really, really nervous. So super cool that I never thought I'd be able to talk like this at 33. And the other thing is I also referee D1 NCAA soccer. So that's my other love in life, is reffing college soccer.
Reffing college soccer. So you not only built a very successful company, you also find time to reach that high up level in reffing. Okay. Well, we know within the family, we know, and everybody watching this video, if you see any of Trevor's stuff in the world, we think as a family he doesn't sleep. We don't know how he gets it all done, and we don't know how he does it at the level that he does it. But Trevor, we appreciate the time, you know, from brother to brother. Thank you a lot of bit and inspiration, you know, what you've built, and please keep on, you know, myself and the other brothers to put some content out there. So thank you for hopping on the show, one of the really early recordings. I'm assuming we're going to get better from here. I'm assuming, you know, we're going to grow this thing out, but thank you for
and I want to leave you, Cam, with one thing before I know you're going to lead to an off. Your everyone starts at 5, 7 views, 12 views, 14 views. Name anyone that's on YouTube. The first day they posted, they had 0 views, and they had 1, and it was their grandma. Right? So keep on going. Don't stop, because if you do stop, then you're going to get the results that you think you're going to get.
Sure.
So mark this, Cameron, mark on your calendar the day you started your first one.
Okay.
Next year, it's going to come up, and you're going to be shocked at the engagement, what you've taught people, and where the numbers are.
Awesome.
So,
I'm going to mark this day. Well, thank you, Trevor. Thank you for giving us a little insight into, you know, who you are, what the company is, you know, a little background on working with our firm, which we've been, you know, so fortunate to have this relationship and hopefully continue this relationship. So thank you, Trevor. Best to you guys and the company in 2024. Until next time, see you guys.
Thank you.